So let's catch up now. It's been nearly a year since plans for the Texas Stock Exchange were announced, and now we're getting some more details about some of the investors behind this. Holden Wilen, I do that every time, is a writer with our news partners at the Dallas Business Journal. Now, you recently sat down with some of the big money that is behind this push to bring this brand new stock exchange here to Dallas, and there is a lot of money going into this.
Yeah, that's correct. There's obviously the big names that were announced last year: BlackRock, Fortress, Charles Schwab among them. I got to talk to some of the more local guys from Dallas who are involved, and I mean they have a lot of money too, but they're from local private equity firms, family offices. One of them's even the former CEO, founder of a local construction company. All of them are throwing their money behind this because they're all very confident in they're all bullish about Texas and the Dallas economy. They all see a need for something that would serve as an alternative to the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, and they're all really confident in the guy who founded the Texas Stock Exchange, Jim Lee, who's well-known finance guy from Houston.
And I thought one of the interesting things that you pointed out in this article, Holden, was you were noting how this really would solidify Dallas as the second biggest financial center outside of New York City if and when this thing comes to fruition.
Yeah, we've already got the second most jobs in the financial sector behind New York, but we've got all these banks and private equity firms, financial firms that are moving here or setting up large campuses here. Goldman Sachs underway. These stock exchanges are kind of the next step in that process. You've obviously got the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ that have controlled the sort of exchange space for so long. A lot of these people in Texas think that, hey, we're already growing with all these jobs. Now it's time to have an alternative exchange here in Texas too, to serve all the companies that are staying private but need a pathway to going public.
So they're excited about this. They've put a lot of money behind this. There are some big names behind this. They're hoping that trading actually starts next year, which is pretty quick to get all of this up and running. But this is not a for sure done deal yet.
Nothing's ever a done deal, especially with the political climate and with regulations. The public comment period for the Texas Stock Exchange application actually closed earlier this week on May 27th. When I was perusing through the comments, all of them have been supportive. I haven't seen any opposition, but they're still sort of trickling in. Even though the period is closed, it seems like the SEC is taking a long time to go through the comments and get them actually up online. So there still could be an opposition, but so far they're all positive for the reasons I already outlined, and you're correct. The Texas Stock Exchange still expects to get trading up and running early next year, assuming they get approval by the end of this year, and then they would hopefully, in their minds, get listings going by the end of next year as well.
Before I let you go, what's the effect on, I mean, this was considered Y'all Street, kind of a play on Wall Street in New York. What is the trickle down to Main Street here? What does it mean to Main Street? What does it mean to regular folks?
There's a huge impact potentially. One of the main driving reasons for why Jim Lee and these other investors want to get the Texas Stock Exchange started is because there are so many companies here in Texas and really across the southeastern quadrant of the United States. There has been a dwindling number of public companies over the last 25 years. We've got all these companies, but they're staying private. This new Texas Stock Exchange would create a pathway for these companies to go public by getting more access to liquidity. If they do that, they'll hopefully create more jobs, and that obviously would be a huge impact for the local economy.
Yeah, we're definitely going to keep on watching this one. Holden, a great article once again. If you'd like to read it, you can just check out Dallas Business Journal online. Thanks so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.